It was a bitter Thursday evening when I decided to come home early. I thought maybe a warm dinner, a little surprise, could help fix what had started to fray between us. We'd been distant, disconnected. But I still believed a small gesture might bridge the growing silence. As I stepped inside, I heard laughter coming from the living room. I paused, not out of suspicion, just instinct. Then came her words, sharp, careless, and devastating. Honestly, my ex was better than him in every way. My world cracked open. I stood there frozen. She hadn't seen me yet. Still chuckling, still on the phone, unaware her words had just shattered me. When she finally noticed me, her face drained. The smile was gone. Panic rushed in. She hung up, stammered something. Excuses maybe. I didn't care. I asked just one thing. Is that really how you feel? She hesitated, and that hesitation, it told me everything. No argument, no yelling, no begging. I simply walked out. That night, I lay on a stiff motel bed, staring up at the ceiling. I kept replaying her voice, her words. 6 years. 6 years of love, trust, and sacrifices. Gone, reduced to a cruel sentence spoken like it meant nothing. The next morning, my phone blew up. Text after text. Missed calls. I'm sorry. It was a joke. Please come home. Let's talk. But I didn't want apologies. I wanted to forget the sound of her voice echoing those words. I wanted to erase that moment. That afternoon, she came to the motel. I didn't answer. Through the curtain, I watched her cry, knocking until her knuckles must have hurt. She eventually slumped to the ground, sobbing. Still, I felt nothing. I needed truth. So I went to my brother's place. He didn't sugarcoat things. After I told him everything, he said, bluntly, if she could say that, she never respected you. It stung, but I needed to hear it. No more excuses. No more blind forgiveness. Later that day, she came again, this time holding our old photo album. She wore the hoodie I gave her during our first trip. I could see the desperation in her eyes. Please, she whispered, her voice shaking. Just hear me out. I opened the door, but only halfway. She broke down instantly. I was angry. I felt insecure. I said something horrible. It wasn't true, I swear. It meant nothing. I let her speak, arms crossed, heart closed. You're my home, she said through tears. Please don't leave. I looked at her and replied, true or not, you chose to disrespect me. That was your decision. That's not love. That's selfish. She cried harder, pleaded, promised to change. But I had nothing left to give. The next morning, I went back to the house, not to reconcile, but to collect my things. I told her I needed space. She didn't argue. She just stood there, holding back tears, watching as I packed away the life we once built. There were no fights, no last-minute declarations, just quiet sorrow. In the following weeks, I struggled. Some days I missed her. Other days, I felt like I could breathe again. I poured myself into the gym, into work, into rebuilding a life that had been dim, trying to hold us together. And somewhere in the process, I found myself again, stronger, clearer. She reached out on my birthday after hearing an old song through friends, but I never answered. I stopped waiting for closure. I chose peace. She tried everything, therapy, letters, memories. But trust, once broken, can't be patched with regret. I wasn't the man who used to bring her flowers, and she wasn't the woman I once dreamed with. Love doesn't always end with yelling and slammed doors. Sometimes it ends quietly when you finally realize you deserve more. You deserve respect. And love, without honesty, is just a pretty lie. I didn't hate her, but I finally loved myself enough to walk away.